Got one. Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? We're out at a new pond, throwing another Goby style bait. If you saw my other video on the Goby style bait, we know it works. It works very, very good. This one in particular is a Berkley PowerBait, Agent E. I wanted to try it out. It's pretty similar in price to that Z-Man Goby is, so one thing that's a little different, if you guys can see it, is that weed guard. It's different than the one that was on the Gobius. So I want to check out the hookup ratios with that, see how that's looking. Everything else is about pretty similar. Right off the bat, I'm noticing this thing is not very weedless at all. I'm just catching everything as I come back. There's just too much gunk in this pond, so I'm gonna go ahead to a different one. This one is not gonna work. Alright guys, we made it. Now hear me out. I know we were just here not that long ago, but we never got to finish what we wanted to do. Like I said, I wanted to fish those rocks over there. So we're gonna try to do that today. And since we know there's a lot of fish, it'll be a good test for this. Because if I don't catch anything here, then this bait sucks, but I know we will. And I'll be able to test that hookup ratio like I was concerned about and just see how it fishes. So yeah, that's why I'm here again. I like new spots, but sometimes you gotta go back to old reliable. There we go, finally got one today. Oops, I accidentally got him in some gunk. Well, we know the bait works now. But he's not too bad for this pond. Size of him anyways. I think he looks like one of the bigger ones we caught. It's hard to tell. But hey, at least we caught one. I am definitely happy about that. It's been kind of a slower day today so far. Like we went to that first pond you guys saw and it was kind of a waste of time. So I was kind of bummed about that. I'm not going to pick apart this pond as much as I go. Like I said, I want to get to those rocks, so I'm going to work my way really fast over there. If we can catch a couple along the way, that's fine, but I don't really... Like I said, I don't want to pick apart this pond. We've already fished this spot already, so... We know there's fish here, but let's keep a move on. Got one. And he shook the hook. He seems like a decent guy. He's a fighter anyways. If you guys can see it, it's in there. That hook anyways. but it's not in there very good. He just kind of got it wedged on the side a little bit. So he's not as big, but he was a strong guy. He was giving me a little bit of trouble. I think the other one was bigger though. It's just I'm not a real big fan of this weed guard, because it would have to be lined up perfectly 24/7, and we know that's not how it works. So if it gets over to the side a little bit or this side a little bit, it's catching everything. So like I said, it's not my favorite design. Still catches fish obviously, but we'll keep on trucking. Whoa. That was kind of cool, I guess. With this bait, I do feel like it's best to work at kind of like a Texas rig. Kind of hop it off the bottom and everything. Trying to swim it kind of swims crooked a little bit, so not the best. The only trouble I'm having is with, like I said, that weed guard. It's catching everything if I'm working it off the bottom, so I'm kind of in a predicament. The faster I work it, the less I feel like it would work, but then if I go slow, I'm not able to stay out of the weeds like that. See, I got something. Because it's in that hook, if you guys can see. It's just that weed guard's not my favorite at all. I would honestly just cut it off, but I don't want to mess with it. I want to fish it like it's in the package. Because if you cut it off, it's not going to fix anything. It's still going to catch everything, so kind of stuck with it. We finally made it to the rocks. There is a ton of vegetation over here though, so I don't know if that was a good decision to come over here. I thought the rocks were going to be more in the water. There we go. Oh, and he's pretty big too. Oh no, I'm snagged, that's why. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, there is a fish in there. That is crazy. I was not expecting that. I thought he would have came off by now. You see all the stuff I'm pulling up? Yep, we brought him up. Very small guy. Tiny guy, but he was a big fight because he had 20 pounds of grass on him. I couldn't even feel him anymore because that grass was so heavy. I was just focused on bringing that in, but we got him. I don't know if I want to count that as a clean catch or anything. That was the least fun I've had catching a fish. There was no excitement in that at all. I knew that felt just like a bite, but as soon as I started trying to bring it in, it was so heavy, so I figured it was just a snag. But at least I'm not crazy. It was actually a bite. There we go. Oh, he shook me. Yeah. It is what it is. There we go. Finally got another one. He's in the grass and he's tangled again. Hopefully he can stay on. Looks like he's still on. The other one barely hooked. Can you see that? Just barely. Small, tiny guy. Probably the smallest of the day. But there he goes. I think that's a good time to call it. I'm not having too much fun with this thing. Now this bait isn't terrible. I just wouldn't necessarily recommend it. If you have open water, not a lot of weeds, not a lot of grass, then yeah, go for it. I just don't prefer it. It's a decent bait. Obviously it catches fish, does the job. But this weed guard, pretty much non-existent. It doesn't really work. Decent hook. I haven't had an issue with the hook. But this plastic is also not as durable. It's got some chew marks. You'll probably get maybe 10 fish max with each bait. It does come with 2, so that's not bad. But you see like that front is all torn up. But that Z-Man Gobius, we caught 20 fish, about 20 fish with one, and it was still looking brand new. So, not my favorite, but not terrible. It gets the job done. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.